Have you ever wanted to be more persuasive? Today's video is going to help you close more sales, land more dates, strengthen your relationships, and improve your ability to lead. I'm going to share with you my 3-step process to persuade anyone with confidence. Let's get started with the video. What's going on, everybody? My name is Brett. Welcome to my YouTube channel. While I have you guys here, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you guys never miss out on new content just like this video. This is one of my favorite topics today. Let's get started. How to be more persuasive in 3 steps. Number 1, you need to gather information about the situation, the problem, the other person that you're speaking to. Persuasion is all about solving problems, and you can't solve anybody's problem until you know more about the situation. You can't just start listing off features and benefits and thinking that your solution is going to be the best solution for them. You may have to tailor your solution for what the other person needs. You need to be able to ask the right questions. Use questions to gather information about the person and their situation. Use your tone of voice to your advantage. You don't want to just sound monotone, ask questions, and how long have you been having that problem? You want to say, I'd like for you to tell me how long you've been having that problem. You see how you can dig in a little bit more. You're going to be more likely to respond openly and honestly to the person that uses an empathetic tone rather than the person that just speaks monotone. That's boring. Nobody wants to talk to that type of person. And then lastly, of course, listen to their answers. The best way to listen is to be quiet, of course. Got to close your lips to open up your ears. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen more than you speak. This stage in the process is all about gathering information and gaining an understanding. Let's move on to number 2. This is where you summarize the information that you've gathered so far. So this is going to help you demonstrate that you were paying attention to what the other person was saying. At this point in the persuasion process, you don't want to just restate what they said word for word. You want to add your own spin to it. And you want to do so in a way that explains the consequences of their actions if they don't do anything to try to solve the issue that they've explained to you. For example, if someone's car doesn't start, you don't just tell them, oh, well, it sucks that your car doesn't start. You might say, wow, it sounds like you're having trouble getting to work and getting the kids to school on time. You want to use the consequences to generate urgency in solving the problem that they're facing. In this book right here, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, he states that the goal isn't to hear that you're right. The goal is to hear that's right. That's when people feel truly understood. And that is what step 2 is all about. That you actually care about their problem and that you have an idea about what's going on with them. And then finally, in step number 3, this is where you make your suggestion. A lot of people go right into making their suggestion right at the beginning of the process, but that's wrong. You don't know anything about the problem. You don't know anything about what the other person is going through, and you haven't demonstrated that you care about their problem enough to even make a suggestion. So this step needs to be last. You can't just start listing features and benefits. You've got to actually solve the problem with your solution. The goal here isn't to force your solution down someone's throat. It's to make your solution seem like the next logical step in the process. At this point, it's very important that you use their words from the information that you gathered in step 1 as part of your solution. What do I mean by that exactly? You want to make sure that you're solving people's biggest pain point, not just the problem that they're experiencing. It's very important because a lot of times people are having problems that they don't actually care about. So somebody's sink might be broken. They don't care that the sink is broken. They care that they can't prepare food for their family. In the example I stated earlier about the car not starting, they don't care that their car doesn't start. They care that they can't get to work and they care that they can't drop the kids off at school. That's what you want to solve. You want to make sure that you're solving the consequence of the problem, not the actual problem itself. When you solve people's problems effectively, you don't have to list out your qualifications. You don't have to say how long you've been in business. You don't have to make deals, discounts, or sales just to close the deal, because you've demonstrated that you care. You've demonstrated that you're paying attention. You've demonstrated that you understand, and you've demonstrated that your solution will solve their problem. So let's summarize what we've been over so far. My 3-step process to persuade anyone with confidence is to listen, summarize, and suggest. Step 1, you want to gather information and you want to listen. Step 2 is you want to demonstrate that you understand it. And number 3, this is where you finally make your suggestion, make it feel like the next logical step in the process and that your solution is going to actually solve their problem. If you guys master these 3 steps, you're going to be well on your way to becoming the most persuasive version of yourself. That's going to complete today's video. My name is Brett. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.